right, so we've gone over some of the major essay issues with essay structure and with sentence structure. I just wanted to mention a couple of other issues that may have come up for you. And this one is say what it is, right? So if I said say what it is or say what this is, I mean that if you said so, you explained, say what the advice was, and then you said it was like when this happened, and then I did it again, and that kind of thing, right? Instead of saying it, say what it is. What is it? Is it the experience? Is it something specific? I smiled more, or whatever it is. Whatever it is in that circumstance, ask yourself, what is it? What do I mean by it? And instead of saying it, say what it is. That alone is one of the, I think, best advice I ever got on writing. It really kicked my writing up to a new level and forcing me to be more specific. And that really was helpful to me, and I hope it will be to you too. So similarly, this is when, this is what is this? Same thing. This is what? Sometimes we have these running a little too much in our paper, and then the reader is actually not even sure what we're referring to anymore. So if you always challenge yourself to say, instead of saying it, instead of saying this, say what this is, this experience, this dog, this this smile, whatever it is, right? But say what it is, say what this is. Ask yourself that question of what it is. Sometimes we forget, we get so lost in it, right? So but that forces us to be very present and say what it is, and it really helps the reader with clarity. All right, no you in essays except directional process, which is our next essay. So meaning the word you, just no. I'm going to write this really big here. No, I can't. I'm messing it up. Okay, wait. You with a line through it. Can you see that? I hope you can see that you with the line through it. I think what am I pointing at? Okay. Anyway, no you in essays. So, when you say, when, you go to the store and you forgot your list and you don't say you. In this case, because it's a narrative essay, say I. When I went to the store, I forgot my list and I did not know what to get anymore, right? So say I, because it's a narrative essay. It's all about your experience, right? And the reader will understand that they can have that experience. They will be able to place themselves in that and understand that the lessons you learn apply to them too. But you don't want to say you as if you're just giving them directions. The next paper we do is directional process, and you do get to use you because you are giving them directions. But this one you want to center it on I. If you were talking about the universal human experience, then one is the way to go. When one does this, one will have this experience, something like that, right? But no you. So here's what we do sometimes by mistake is we do use I or one throughout the whole paper, and then we get to the conclusion, and then we're saying, so when you are in this situation, you should do X, Y, Z. No, it's kind of like if you're in a play, stay in character, stay with I. The reader will get it. They're smart. They're going to get it. They're going to get that your lesson applies to them as well, right? But it's kind of like if you switch gears and all of a sudden you're not saying I anymore, you're saying you. It's like you're in a play, you're on the stage, and instead of acting in character, you're like, you jump out and you just like, oh, you in the first row there, this applies to you. Like wow, it's kind of scary and alarming. They're talking to me. So anyway, it's a little jarring, but so don't do that to your reader. Just stay with the I. Super good news though, that is a super easy thing to fix. So if you did that, just switch it to I or one and you're good. All right, there are of course maybe some other individual issues that have come up that I mentioned in your notes, and so of course do address those, but those are the major things that have come up. And so I hope that this can be helpful to you so you can have a successful revision. Let me talk about that really quick. For your revision assignment, this will say this in the directions, but you need to submit, of course, your new document, your new paper, but you also have to submit your first document in that new assignment as well. So you need the first paper that you turned in just as it was, and then you need your new document, which is your revision, because it's a lot faster and easier for me to just really quickly look at your first paper and then look at your revision, because I know it just reminds me, I know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a new thesis statement. I know exactly what I'm looking for. If I have to start cold with the new document, it takes way too long, and I need to get moving on the revisions. Usually I can grade in a revision much faster than an original paper. So I've read it before and I know what I'm looking for, but I have to have both documents. That's what makes that process doable, and that's how I'm able to do this. So I have to have both documents. And also I want you to highlight with the highlighter on the computer your thesis statement, your topic sentences, even if that wasn't your issue. Even if you're like, oh, I'm missing one topic sentence, but my thesis you said was good, I still want you to highlight it. I just want us to keep that focus, all right? Here's this begs the question. So you in order to revise this paper, the major requirement is you had to have turned in this paper. You cannot revise a paper you didn't turn in. This is not starting from scratch. This is a revision. It should be much less time for you, and it should be much less time for me. So if you did not turn in essay number 1, you cannot revise this paper, and that we just got to let that go, and we got to move forward. So the option is only for those that turned in essay number 1. So again, if you did not turn in essay number 1, I am not going to grade a new paper. This is not the format to put that new paper in. You have to have both versions. So this is only for those who turned in essay number 1. But I'll say the good news for that is that as long as you turn in that essay, you can revise it. You can get all your points back. So just know that you can get all of your points back, except any late points. But other than that, you can get everything back. All right.